And welcome back. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how session state works in a Witty application. If you come from a background of, say, PHP or ASP.NET, which is the background I came from, I come from an ASP.NET background, basically for hobbies, not professionally. But they have something that is called session or session state. And basically that allows you to define a variable and store information in that variable and be able to pass around different web pages, different instances of an application, and it's kind of like a temporary storage for as long as the application is alive. Once the application is not running anymore, then that information is destroyed. And it could be stored in cookies, it could be stored in memory. Witty has something similar to that, where you can store variables in any, how can I say this? You can store variables in classes that are subclassed or that inherit from a Witty application or a Witty label, or not Witty label, from a Witty widget, excuse me. So if you inherit from a Witty widget or a composite widget or a container widget, you want to define your own widget and you define variables inside of it. That information is stored and kept for as long as the application and the session is alive. Same thing with a Witty application. If you just look at the simple example of the Hello World application, any variables that you define in that application, the Witty application, that gets inherited from the Witty application class, that information is held for as long as the application is alive or the session is alive. And I'll show you an example of that as we go along. This is going to be a multi-part series. What I want to do is show you how to make some changes in your project, add a header and a source file, and basically once we add this header and source file, it'll be an example of the majority of the applications we'll be using later on in our tutorial series. And then once the header and the source file are added, I'm going to show you how you can take the Hello World program and define variables that'll store the information in your application for as long as the application is running. And that's basically how Witty stores session information for you in your web application. It's not hard, but I just want to show you some steps on how to get it set up and running, at least for our little project. And as we go along, you won't have to do all these steps because I'll create a template for you to use in Komodo Edit, but I just want to show you how you can get it set up as we go along. So again, this is going to be a multi-part tutorial series. I just want to show you how you can use session state, and we'll continue this in the next tutorial. See you then.